Glad to have you with us from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. It's the Wyoming Cowboys and the UNLV Rebels. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Hey guys, Coach Sawvell told me before the game he understands coming off that emotional upset win against the #1 team in the country last week could add a lot of fuel to their fire, but he does not want them focused on that. If they're focused on what they did last week, they won't be locked in and do their job this week. Worry about yourself is the advice that this team got from their head coach this week. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. The Rebels offense to go on the attack first. And let's take a look at Jaden Thomas. It is on him. He's their best player to make this go.
Well, he's a very special talent at running back, and in the future it'll be interesting to see if he sticks around. Obviously, it's a long season, a long way to go. He's got a lot of ability. He's got speed, he can break tackles, he can catch the football. No question this year, this guy is going to be the whole key to the offense.
He is, and I tell you what, to watch him this matchup where they're kind of outmatched at most positions, how can he still make an impact on this game? Making guys miss, like doing it by himself, or can his offensive line pave the way a little bit and maybe be neutral to get him some of those matchups? But he is the one guy on this offense that can make life very, very difficult for you, and the other defense knows that. Really curious to watch how this unfolds.
Out wide right, it's Jefferson. Makes a catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Thomas. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
The Rebels line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Trying to squeak through the pile. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain.
Every offensive coordinator in the country, they come in the game, they have a script. They have a couple plays they want to go through to get their team settled in, get down and get in good 3rd down situations, execute on 3rd down. Nice start on this opening drive by the offense.
And the Rebels are moving quickly down the field. Fresh set of downs going up top. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Fires to the tight end. Makes the grab, down immediately. He picks up a few.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. A tough start to the opening drive as the defense comes up with a big play.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Keeps it moving, it's Harris. Stopped in his tracks, he got nothing, it'll be 2nd and 10. Let's talk for just a moment about Wyoming. The biggest problem for schools that aren't the traditional powerhouses, getting the bodies they need, especially on the defensive front. And, David, they got a good one out of high school last week.
It's so nice to get a three-star defensive lineman. A guy like that's got some size, that's got some potential. Again, you want to rotate those guys as much as possible, keep them fresh. This guy could be a player down the road.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there, and they create a negative play.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. The run inside. It's Harris. Breaks into the open. Inside the 30. Past the 10. He is in. Pistols firing. Touchdown, Cowboys.
And that is exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it. And you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Palmer, there's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, erases some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the second level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the second level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now in this defense to tackle.
And they'll knock him down for a 5-yard loss.
And a lot of times the fit up front, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get... because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Got his man on the right. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
In college football, you see this a ton now. You use a quick passing game, basically as the running game. Get a few yards, get your offense ahead of the sticks, keeps it on pace for success.
3rd and long right here. The play fake. They're all over him. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Rebels decide to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Searching for space. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Wyoming has the football back, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Sets his feet. It's Hughes. Under pressure. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Turns it upfield. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
How about the blow he delivered in banging his way to the 41?
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Cowboys can really attack on this 2nd and short. From the gun. Can hang on after the hit, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary. You saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Here's the snap, looking to throw. On target. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. And the Cowboys will punt it away on 4th down. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. UNLV will start this drive as the offense is out there and ready to cook. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Didn't even get started. He'll be dropped for a loss of 3. Boy, it was like the defender heard the play call. He was ready for that one.
And one of the things is diagnose and go get it. They saw it and they went and got it. They were not letting that ball go to the wide side of the field.
Rush right in his face. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. Setting up the screen. There is nowhere to go. He is stopped, and it'll be 4th down from the 23. And they'll send out the field goal unit. He needs to make sure those mechanics are pure from the right hash and 40 yards away. And it's right down the boulevard. And that will extend their lead even further.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. From the gun, it's Thomas. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a first down, I'd say the offense will be in a really good position all game long.
Looking for the edge. Quick toss. Runs through the tackle. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Ground game really important. Let's take a look at how these running backs have fared through 1 quarter of play. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the 2nd period and they try to find a way to answer. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Making the adjustment on the play. Second down to the air. Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
The fake wants to throw. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And the Rebels will send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Trying to take it back. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Wyoming's offense heads out to get this drive started. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where am I playing.
And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
Those play-action passes take a little bit longer to develop, right? Because you still have the fake, and then the quarterback turns his back to the defense, has to reset. You got to protect him a little bit better than that, or the fake's got to be a lot better.
Jukes his way for more. Makes the tackle. Ball is at the 42-yard line, close to four-down territory. Here's third and short. Right at the line. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The Cowboys will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. On the return. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Rebels offense is back on the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them. Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create second and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
The Rebels have their whole playbook open here on second and inches. Going to the ground. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Yeah, and it's so nice. Don't overthink it, right? Just hand it off, get the first down, new set of downs, let's go.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Back to pass on second down. Nice play to knock that one down.
You're trying to go to the slant. It's a bang-bang play. Ball comes out quickly. Zone coverage. Nice job by the defense, keeping their eye on the QB and knocking that one down.
Ton of ground to cover here on third and long. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a fourth down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
And they'll stop him right there on the return. So the Cowboys offense heads onto the field to start this drive. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Second and long here. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Moving the pocket, it's Hughes. The throw. Perfect timing on the hit to keep him from making the grab, and the defense forces a fourth down. And the Cowboys line up to punt it away. Making his first move. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. UNLV is ready to go back to work on offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less.
He'll take the deep shot. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And he makes... in the back end, nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Drops back on first down. Fires deep toward the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down.
And that's exactly the response you want now from your defense. Your offense just turns the football over, puts you in a really bad spot. Great job being ready on first down, playing the pass, now forcing a second down. You want to force the field goal here. Obviously the bad field position, but the defense responds on first down.
He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6. The Cowboys have it in scoring position on first and goal. Left side is Richardson. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. On the option. He'll toss it. Bulldozes his way through. And they're able to get him down, but not before he gets to the 2.
Positive plays, that's all you're looking for here in the option game. Not everything is going to be a 70-yard touchdown run, obviously, but if you can pick up positive yardage like that, and the quarterback makes good decisions, pitching it out when no one's accounting for the pitch, man, you'll take that all day long. They don't get the first down, but why would you stop running option after a play like that? Decision time right here. I like going for it. You're playing on the road. You have an opportunity to take the crowd out of it a little bit here. Why not just line up quickly and just try to run the ball?
Yeah, stay aggressive. I mean, you want to shut these people up. You want to quiet them.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cowboys. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
And the head coach is going to keep going for it on 4th down because his offense responds like that. Your coach gives you the ultimate vote of confidence. Down on the goal line, we're going for it. I believe in you guys to execute and get us in the end zone, and they pay it off. Phenomenal job up front by the offensive line. You love to see a team respond to their coach's confidence.
So the Rebels come out to get this drive started. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
They give it to him again. Got some green grass. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Running inside, it's Glover. Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout. And man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Long way to go on 2nd down. Selling the fake. Look out! Right into the fray, and his first pass is incomplete.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you could see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Royer. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum.
Dude, 2 drives, 2 INTs. I don't know who the backup quarterback is, but I might start thinking about doing something there. Goodness gracious, keep turning the football over. Can't do it. Can't put your defense in a bad spot time after time.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. He's down right there, short gain on the grab. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. He wants to throw it. Timed it perfectly to knock it free and forces the 3rd down.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down.
Listen, at this point, the end of the first half, you're trying to generate some points. First downs are the most important thing. So a really good job there converting on that 3rd. I love the decision by the quarterback. You kind of wonder, though, are they going to want to be a bit more aggressive and maybe start taking some more shots and attack?
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The Cowboys will use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
and I know it's not a first down, but I still like the way they ran the football here. Just try to make the next third down manageable, try to get it where it's not as predictable. I think the offense did a really good job being smart there, taking what the defense gave them.
They pick it off, and this defense, a much-needed play. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
To the air, it's Warrior. Rushes on, and he gets it away.
You're welcome. That's what the defensive line just said to the secondary. Ball comes out quick, inaccurate. Why? Because we're getting pressure on the quarterback right away.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Straight ahead, it's Thomas. Gain of 2 on the play sets up 3rd and 8. Now we get a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. Quarterback changing the play. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. And here's a fumble way behind the line. He picks up the fumble, but they'll blow it dead right there. And remember, at this stage of the game, the only person who can advance a fumble for the offense is the fumbler.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
Punt is in the air. Catches it cleanly at the 20. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. And holding on to the lead, the offense will simply take a knee, and that's how we will wrap up the first half. As expected, looks as if they'll run it out and go into halftime with a lead. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
One of the biggest days of the college football season, and we've got you covered here from the EA Sports Studios in Orlando. We begin with the Texas A&M Aggies taking on the South Carolina Gamecocks.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. As we start the second half, Holly, what adjustments do these teams want to make?
Guys, I caught up with the Cowboys head coach at the half. He says this all the time, but the team that holds on to the football and rushes the best usually wins the game, and that's what this team has done in the first half. The running back has been terrific. Great ball security and offense now taking the field. They expect to continue that dominant run game here on offense to start the third. Back to you.
All right, Holly. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Finds his target. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Off play action on first down. That's caught. It's Harris. He works his way across the 40-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Jumped on top of the pile.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Looking for a man. It's Hughes. Finds his tight end. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. David, that is a great security blanket for a quarterback to have a tight end to make those conversions.
Dang right. Find the big fella on third and short. Dependable, clutch, nice hands. First down.
And the Cowboys are moving quickly down the field. taken down. They'll need a bunch on second down. Got an alley. Past the 6. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough to pick up the first down. The Cowboys pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Keeps it. And they get to him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 2.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
The modest gain on the completion really shows why you want to run the zone, make them execute, and rally to the ball.
100%. Zone eyes on the quarterback. I see him throw the football, break on it, go make tackles, live to fight another down.
They'll run the screen. No siree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. And the Cowboys send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. UNLV will start this drive. The offense out there ready to go. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Trying to get the edge on the toss. Hard running there. And they got him for a safety.
That's a huge safety for the defense. I have no idea what the running back was thinking there. You've got to have way better awareness and understand where you are in the field. You cannot run backwards and get tackled in the end zone for a safety.
Holly, what update do you have on that?
Hey guys, here on the away team sideline, players are really starting to feel this momentum. They've got a big lead here in this game, and they were expected to be just where they are. Guys are talking to each other, keep eating, keep eating. I know they want to finish this game off strong, but with a big lead, they're starting to have a little fun down here on the sideline. Reese?
Appreciate that, Holly. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Hits the hole, it's Harris. Tackled almost immediately, not a whole lot on that one.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
To throw, it's Hughes. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. Taking it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Just smothered on the play.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
Fighting off the defender. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave a little bit of everything on that one. And the Rebels line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They put the brakes on him.
That's a great play by the defense. They've got the lead by a lot here in the third quarter, and the offense is trying to run at them, and they just completely blew that thing up. Big tackle for loss. They've now put them in an obvious passing situation. Expect them to pin their ears back, try to get after the quarterback here.
Takes the handoff. It's Glover. Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage.
And on offense, you know this is four-down territory. You have to come away with a touchdown. You're getting boat raced in this game right now, and you're going to have to make this possession count.
Yeah, definitely because of the slow start, now putting yourself behind the 8 ball, I think this offense is going to have to be aggressive the rest of the game.
This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. Looking to pass, it's Royer. Out wide left, it's Thomas.
Yeah, man, that's a frustrating end to that play. And I say that, man, because you need to give me everything you have. Like, I can't run out of bounds. I got a chance to maybe get the first down, lower my shoulder, be physical. My team needs a couple more yards to get the first down, and dude chose to run out of bounds.
Low man wins. Defense that time on 4th down was expecting run, and you saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go. Defense wins the down. They give it back up now to their offense.
And I think he got back to the 2-yard line, but the defense was ready for the run.
Defense is totally ready in this situation, too, because of the field position with the offense backed up. They know they're going to try and run the ball, buy themselves some real estate, but they ain't having it. Lots of bodies in the box, close to the line of scrimmage, and they generate a TFL.
Fighting to get it out of the end zone, and I don't think he made it. He did not. It's a safety.
That is exactly what the defense was hoping for. Down close to the end zone, they bring the all-out blitz. They've got numbers, they've got people shooting gaps, and they didn't give the offense a second to even think. They were swarmed and surrounded, getting that safety.
Both of these teams still on the outside looking in at the top 25, but here are the rankings as we are winding our way toward the end of the season. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. So 1st down will open up the final period. Quick give, it's Thomas. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it, but the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
Back to throw, it's Royer. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
Wants to go up top on 2nd down. Right down the middle. Complete downfield. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
There's a great saying in football. It's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes. Well, my Jimmy's better than your Joe.
The Rebels have it with a 1st and 10. sells the run, looking to pass. Turns it upfield. Across the 25, he's got room. They pull him down, but he's got enough, and it'll be a first down for this offense.
I like the QB here. Very decisive, understanding. I get the ball to my slot guy, he can make plays after it. Like the quickness, the speed, the elusiveness. You watch it, man, just he catches the football, and a big play can happen. And you saw after the catch, man, he's got some wheels.
Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes, only a pickup of a couple.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Sets his feet. It's Royer. Unloads to the wideout. Touchdown, Rebels. Put 6 on the board.
Oh, man, and the quarterback knew exactly where he was going with this football at the pre-snap. He saw the matchup he liked, and he took advantage of it.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They took it 68 yards on that drive, and the capper a 19-yard toss for the touchdown. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly.
Here on the Wyoming sideline, I can see a developing situation with their quarterback and the coaches. Their QB has struggled here today with the turnovers, and there's a lot of conversation. They're showing him those mistakes on the film, trying to get him to see what he's missing. They want to get some confidence built back up in this quarterback, but right now he's shaking his head like, I've got this, I've got this. We'll see if he really does here to take the field. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Short pickup of 4 on first down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Left side is Richardson. They get him stopped and out of bounds at the 45-yard line, and the big play has this offense ready to mount a threat. The give to the single back. They got it blocked just enough, and a good gain on that run.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Yeah, and he's shown you a little bit of everything today. Shows you why he's a really good back, and the line's paved some holes, and he's right at 99 yards. And the way this game's going with the lead, he's going to get a few more touches, break that century mark, and when you do, you have a great chance of winning football games.
Keeps it himself. He was fighting and struggling his way, trying to get that first down. Instead, they'll be faced with 4th.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy first down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
Now we got a timeout taken by the Rebels. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Looking for the marker. They'll knock him down, but he moves the sticks, and the 4th down decision pays off big time.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
And there is no greater friend to a quarterback and to a coach late in the football game when you have the lead and you can pound the rock. Offensive linemen can pave holes, like running back now runs through them, successful, move the ball, and most importantly, that clock can tick. But the physical ground game late in the game, that's how you finish opponents off.
Looking downfield, it's Hughes. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Snagged in the middle, it's Harris. He'll be stopped at the 16-yard line. It's enough for a first down in the red zone.
And, man, you love to see that from this offense, coming out and answering, right? Like putting a drive together. Their defense just gave up a touchdown, but you want to snatch the momentum back. Nice job putting a little bit of a drive together. Now let's go cap this thing off with a touchdown.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. A mere 4 seconds after the clock stopped for the 2-minute timeout, the defense gets it stopped again, trying to get the ball back. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Just feeds the running back. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. On third and long, he has to throw for it. He's got it and still on his feet. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. They've already converted once on fourth down on this drive. They are unafraid to make everywhere four-down territory. Needs it. He's brought down, but enough to move the sticks one more time and to move this game into the win column. With the clock running, this should be the final play. And that decision will be questioned for a while. Guys, I'm going to tell you, I just never saw this team falling into a 3-game losing streak. They are wounded, reeling, and they've had their confidence shaken.
It's been ugly. There's no other way to spin it. This is very ungood, not good. Got to find some way to get this turned around. Got to make more plays. This is something that's frustrating, but let's not let it define your dynasty, right? Fix it, get it back together, try to pull some wins, try to figure this thing out.
It's frustrating too, David, because this is a team that has a lot of talent. I think part of the problem